Everybody, today we're making Christmas trifles over here at Hodgepodge Australia. I am going to be using some chocolate cake. I have some strawberry and some lime jelly. I have these individual little trifle glasses, or they're just little tumbler glasses. I have some blueberries that I managed to save from my son so he didn't eat them. And I have some cream that I'm going to whip to add to the trifle. Let's get started. Now this sort of trifle I'm doing as individual servings, so as I mentioned I have some tumblers, and you can do this on a large scale if you want, but then when you cut into it, it's not attractive when you put it into a bowl. So I like to do individual little servings so everybody has a pretty little trifle to eat. I have made up some red jelly, as you can see, and I'm just pouring a little bit into the bottom of each tumbler glass. And then these are going to go into the fridge to set. The thing with trifle is it's all got to be done in stages. You can't do it all in one hit. So start these a few days in advance if you don't have time, like to start in the morning and go right into the night. So just topping up the red jelly until you're happy with the level that you have. Remember, we're going to do jelly. Well, don't remember. I'm going to tell you now. We're going to be doing a layer of jelly, a layer of cake, a layer of cream, a layer of cake, a layer of jelly. So don't put too much in. So there's our red jelly. That's going to go off into the fridge. Now that that has set, as you can see, nice and hard, I have our chocolate cake, and using the largest round cutter that I have, it fits just perfectly into the tumbler glasses, which was a fluke. But not a fluke, I meant it. No, not a fluke at all. Anyway, moving on. Let's cut out a piece of our chocolate cake with our round cutter, and we're just going to pop that straight in on top of the jelly. Good thing about this is it just slides right down. And if you put it in incorrectly and it sort of falls on its side, just pull it out and do it again. It's not fragile, so you can work with it. And that's always handy. So let's get our chocolate cake. Oh, see, there you go. Look, pull it out. Have another go. There she is. She's in. Woo! She did it. So we're going to do that one more time with our tumbler, and I'm also going to cut another 3 out to put on top of our cream for later. And here you can see the layer starting to form. So we've got our jelly and our cake, and now it's time to move on to our cream. So pulling out our cream, I have this awesome little whipper from Tupperware. I don't know if you've seen it before. It has this extra attachment. It also has a cutting attachment, which is what I mainly use. But for cream, it's really great because you don't want to have to mess up a whole big bowl and beating just for a little bit of cream, and that actually takes quite some time. This is amazingly whips really quickly. So as you can see, the lid pops on, and I've only got that little bit of cream in. It's like a lawnmower pull string on it, and so it's all done by hand. All you have to do is stand there and just pull this string, and it whips the cream. It takes maybe a minute, 2 minutes. Just gives you a bit of a workout, but it whips the cream really nicely, really quickly, and then you just pop that in the dishwasher. It's so good. So I'm not sure if you've checked it out, but I love my little Tupperware container there for whipping cream, and it's great for chopping little bits of onion and herbs and stuff, but I'm getting sidetracked, so let's move on. See, there you can see it's already starting to thicken up, and that's all just by hand power. Hand power, brought to you by humans. Oh, I haven't had my morning coffee. I apologise for my ramblings. But I'm going to continue to whip this cream, and then we're going to layer it on top of our trifle. So there is our nice thick cream. And what we're going to do first is we're going to take our blueberries, and we're going to just put a few around the outside of the tumbler glass on top of our chocolate cake, and then we're going to put cream on top of that. So once you have your blueberries where you're happy with the positions, just grab a spoon and start popping your cream on carefully, because you don't really want to dislodge those blueberries. Just popping them in and pushing the cream out to the side over on top of the blueberries. So it's a little bit of a gentle procedure, and you will get better with each trifle that you do if you haven't done this before in the positioning of your cream. But once you are done with that, grab another piece of your chocolate cake. So you can see I'm just going to smooth that cream down first. And there we have our layer with our blueberries. And don't worry, when you put the cake back on the top, it's going to push that cream down into the little gaps that are still there with the blueberries. So cutting out that piece of chocolate cake, as I mentioned before, and we're going to place that on top of the cream and give it a bit of a squish down. Gentle squish, but a squish nonetheless. So there you can see our layer of jelly, cake, blueberries, cream, jelly. What is it? It's jelly, cake, blueberry, cream, cake. And don't worry if you have little remnants of cream around the side, as you can see up with my cake, because when you pour that next layer of jelly on the top, it's going to actually wash that down, because it will seep down into the top layer of cake. So there you go. There's a nice clean one. Oh, look how pretty that one is. So we've got our green jelly now that we're done. And you're going to pour. Now you will actually need to make 2 batches of this jelly, because the cake is actually going to absorb the green jelly. Tastes yummy, so don't worry about that. But popping on some green jelly, you can see it's going to seep down the sides in between the cake and down to the cream. Don't worry about that either. Don't worry, it doesn't mess up the cream, it doesn't upset anything. But it cleans off the side of the glass, which is really, really nice. So pour the green jelly into each of the cups, put the green jelly into the fridge to set, and then once that layer is set, make another batch of green jelly and top up what hasn't set, because even in one of mine, all of the jelly got taken by the first jelly got taken by the chocolate cake. So I needed a whole nother layer to actually have a layer. So you can see there, it's just drinking up this jelly, and it actually makes the cake really yummy. Gives it another layer of flavour. So pop those off into the fridge, let that set, add another layer of green jelly, and that is your lovely individual Christmas trifles. I do hope you have enjoyed this tutorial with Hodgepodge Australia, and I do hope you hit the subscribe button. Hit me up in the comments if you have any requests. I wish you all a Merry Christmas. I hope you all have a wonderful time spent with your family. There are our individual Christmas trifles that you can serve up. Pop a little bit of whipped cream on the top if you'd like. And thanks so much. We'll see you next time.